Got Parkinson's? There's an app for that.
You ever one of those moments where you actually forget that you have Parkinson's? Like you're just living your days, then things are going okay, right? So you feel pretty normal. And then something happens and, it just snaps right back into you. And it's weird, right? Because part of you is like, hey, this is great. I feel so good today. And the other party is like, yeah, don't get too comfortable. And I had one of those moments this week and it got me thinking this whole thing that we live with, right? It's not constant in the way people think it is. It comes and goes. It messes with you in waves. And sometimes the hardest part isn't the bad moments. It's the constant between the good ones and the bad ones. Because on good days, you start to believe, hey, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe I've got this under control, or maybe it's just how it's going to be now. And then bam, something simple, something small, something you used to do without thinking just doesn't work the same anymore. And it's your brain goes like, oh yeah, by the way, you still have Parkinson's. You're like, damn, and I don't know about you, but those moments hit differently. They really do. And not because they're big, but because they interrupt something. They interrupt your sense of normal. And this is the part people don't really talk about. Living with Parkinson's isn't just dealing with symptoms. It's constantly adjusting your expectations. And that's exhausting because you're not just managing your body. Think about this. You're managing your mindset all day long. You're negotiating with yourself. You're saying like, okay, today's a good day. Don't waste it. Or today's a tough day. Don't beat yourself up. Or, okay, it didn't work. Now what? It's just a constant. And I'll be honest. There are days I just don't feel like doing that. I really don't. Like can I just have a bad day and not even think about it? Or a good one and not think about it? Just one? It's not how it works. So instead, you learn how to work with it. And that's kind of where I landed this week. Instead of getting frustrated by those snapback moments, I started looking at them differently. Not as, here we go again, but as, okay, what do I do now? What do I do differently? Because that question is the question that changes everything. And I hope you know that. It takes the frustration out of you and it puts you into action, even if it's small action. And sometimes that action is just adjusting, slowing down, or trying a different way, taking a break, or laughing it off. Yeah, laughing it off. Because if you don't, this thing will eat you alive. And that's where humor has become such a big part for me. Not because it's funny and not because I think I'm hilarious, but because it helps. Because if I can laugh at a moment, I realize it doesn't own me. And I've had those moments this week too. I was doing something simple, something I've done 1,000 times, and it just didn't go right. And I caught myself getting frustrated. And I stopped and I laughed. And Carmen looks at me and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I sit back like, yeah, I'm either going to laugh or I'm going to lose it. So I'm going to pick laughing. And honestly, that moment passed. They all do, don't they? And that's the thing. Most of they always do. But in the moment, they feel so much bigger than they really are. So if you had one of those weeks this week, there's something I want to remind you. Hey, things are different now, and I want you to know something. You're not the only one, not even close. And you're doing better, much better than you actually think you are. Because getting through those moments, that counts. That's progress. That's strength. Even if it doesn't feel like it. And that's a big key I want to key on right there. Even if it doesn't feel like it. Often we're led by our feelings. We're led by, okay, this feels right, I should do this, or this feels wrong, I shouldn't do that. And there's nothing wrong with that in per se, but sometimes you gotta, despite how you feel. I don't know, this feels like it could be tough. Yeah, I'm gonna try anyway. I don't know, this feels like, I don't know if I should be doing it this way, but you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna do my best. And that's really what matters. And as well as I do that you're your biggest critic. I'm my biggest critic. You know, um, it's like things that we're doing, and we expect so much of ourselves, don't we? I don't know about you, and maybe this is just a Bryce thing. Maybe it's just a me thing. But if you're anything like me, I want to do my very best at everything I do. That's just that's how I think, and sometimes it's a bad thing because I think like, if I can't do it great, I don't want to do it at all. And that's a bad mindset, right? I had to really break that out of myself. How about you? Has anybody out there, can you relate to that? Have you had to like talk yourself out of that? Like, you know what? I'd say if I'm not going to be like the fastest skater and be able to skate, then I'm not going to skate at all. And I realized that when I put those expectations on myself to be better or the best, or I'm not going to do something unless I can do it well. Think of it like when you were a kid, right? Or you were kids, like, your parents, as a parent, you look at your kids and you're like, just try, honey, just try to walk. Like, think about when a baby was first walking, you know, those first steps are awful, right? They're terrible. You feel bad. They're going to crash. They're going to hit the coffee table, but you encourage them to keep trying. Just try little steps, just give it a whirl. It doesn't look pretty. It looks pretty scary, actually. And that baby gets up and tries again, tries again, tries again. And can you imagine if we put the pressure on ourselves, like, hey, unless I can do it, I'm not going to do it at all. We would never get anywhere, would we? So I want you to think about that this week and the week you've had. Reflect a bit on the week you've had. Were there moments where you didn't do something because you didn't think you would do it well enough? How about a me too in the comments for that one? Just so I know I'm not alone. And, it's sort of like the club. Like, here's the truth on the club. I'm taught myself how to code. I taught myself how to do this, and I'm making it myself. I'm building it myself. And I want it to be the best. I want it to be so the best for the whole community. That's why I'm doing it. I want it to be the best thing that we've ever experienced. And I get really hard on myself. And when I get really hard on myself, I make mistakes. And it drives me even crazier, baddier, So, and it, like today, and I'll give an example today. And I was talking to Jane, was just a beautiful woman. And she was like, hey, you finally, hey, everything's looking great. And I was like, okay, maybe I got lucky. And then, it's like someone said that to me, and I had to go screw something up just immediately. And it was like, oh, and I get so hard on myself, and I beat myself up, and I really had to stop and think about it. And I thought, you know what? Listen, I've built an app. I'm building an app, and it's a darn good app. And is there things that have to be corrected? For sure. Do things go wrong? For sure they do. But it's pretty good, and I think it's well. And I have to lower my expectations on myself to say that, you're doing a good job, Bryce. Hey, you're doing a great job. And I think that's a lesson for all of us in anything you're doing, whatever it is that you're tackling, whatever it is you're trying. Everything is hard to start, right? And that's what we talked about a lot this week, is getting started, how to get started. Start small, like break it down and start small, really simple, actionable steps. But the truth is, we're trying to teach our mind to lower expectations and just say, you know what, it may not be a marathon, but I'm going to walk to the end of the street and back. And if you can do that, you can cut yourself some slack, because you deserve that slack. If you're a care partner or if you're a person with Parkinson's, you understand something, that you do more in a day than most people do in a month. You have to negotiate as a care partner. You have to negotiate things that other people don't have to. As a person with Parkinson's, we're constantly negotiating with our bodies, our minds. We're constantly in motion. We're constantly negotiating with ourselves. We're constantly trying to figure it out. That's exhausting. And you have to give yourself a bit of a pat on the back. If you're here watching this right now, look at you. Look what you're doing. You're not sitting back. You're watching this. You're trying to get something. You're trying to learn something. You're trying to grow. You're trying to get encouraged. You're trying to get something. And that, you deserve all the credit in the world. And I want you to know that. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. Do you know that the average age on this podcast, that watches this podcast on YouTube, the average age is over 70. Matter of fact, I think I'm the youngest person in the club, or one of the youngest people in the club, person in the club. And I admire you so much. You understand something. You give me a lot of accolades, and I appreciate it. Trust me, I'm so blessed by reading the comments and how much these podcasts mean to you. But you are an inspiration to me, and I want you to understand that. All of you, you're watching this right now. You inspire me to do more. You inspire me to want more. You inspire me to push harder. You inspire me to want to develop something brand new to help. So I want to thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being loyal. Thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for being patient with me. And thank you for trusting me in your journey. Thank you for allowing me into your life and into your journey, because we actually are doing life. This is like doing life today together. And I appreciate that more than you'll ever know. Yeah, I really do. I really, really do. And it's interesting. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about that, and it's crazy. I love it. I love it. But anyway, drop me a comment. Tell me how your week was. Tell me what's going on with you. And if you had any of those little moments, because those little moments connect us with anything, things you're thinking about. And it's just my prayer that you guys are just going to rock out this week. You really do. Really, really do. And you know what? The club's open. If you're not in the club yet, get in the club. It's free. It's real. And it's people just like you. There's a link in the description below. We're figuring it out one day at a time. We're doing it together. We're building this club together. And guess what? Let's land this one. Here's your Bryce-ism for today. I got a Bryce-ism. With Parkinson's, it's not just the hard days that test you. It's the good ones that make you forget until they don't. There you go. I love you so much. I really do. You guys, you're inspiring. So remember, whatever you're doing, you keep showing up. You keep being real. You keep doing life today. Got a great week of podcasts lined up for you on Tuesday and Thursday, and I'll see you there. I love you.
Got Parkinson's? There's an app for that.